It has to do with the 2025 Xfinity Series kind of starting to take shape here a little bit. We're going to throw up this chart. This is courtesy of our friends over there at TobyChristie.com. And this is just kind of getting us refreshed in the Xfinity landscape for 2025 here. The big news over the weekend, Nick Sanchez, he's going to be joining Big Machine Racing. We know he's done a couple one-off races with them in the past, so not a huge surprise. We also know that Parker Kligerman's stepping down from that ride. So great to see Sanchez getting that number 48 ride full-time next season. And also, we haven't talked about it, but Colleague has also added to their stable in the Xfinity Series. Christian Eckes will take over that 16 car. And then Daniel Dye also coming in the number 10 car. So based on that recent news, Rod, anything stick out to you? The Sanchez has kind of been right behind that big three of Eckes, of Heim, of Majeski in the Truck Series. So I'm excited to see what he can do, as well as Eckes and Dye, who's slowly improved in the Truck Series this season.
Well, I had Sanchez actually as an outright to win tonight, so we'll see how that. I think he's rolling off 6. I'm definitely high on him. Love to see what he can do in the Xfinity ride for sure as a full-time driver. But I'm not kind of excited by what Colleague did. I mean, Daniel Dye, we know, look, he's a hell of a camera operator in that truck, so we're going to get some good shots in the Xfinity Series finally.
Yeah.
But he's actually been a sneaky good driver lately, so putting him behind the wheel of that 10, we know the 10 cars won a championship, so we know that it's got some good caliber behind it. But I'm excited to see there. And then Christian Eckes, we know that dude can drive just about anything with wheels. So you put him in the 16. I mean, that's going to be dangerous too with AJ leaving to go back to Cup full time. That's going to be a fun stable to watch coming up this season.
Absolutely. So, some other news that we have touched on in the past, Sheldon Creed and Sam Mayer, of course, joining that Haas factory team, ripping those Ford Mustangs out for them. Jesse Love and Austin Hill will be back for RCR as well. Excited to see what they can do over there. Sammy Smith, of course, will be back, and Connor Zilisch, we talked about him earlier in the program. He's going to be in that number 88 full-time next season as well. So Rod, in general, we don't have the full picture yet. We know Brandon Jones also, of course, his deep pockets got him back over with Joe Gibbs Racing. Aside from that, like, if I had to say, like pick a favorite here, like when you expect to see these NASCAR Xfinity Series championship odds next season, who do you think's the favorite?
Would it be crazy if I still said Sheldon Creed? I mean, the dude's the king of second place. Like,
yeah.
You got to think out of these guys right here, Sheldon Creed's going to be making the most noise out of all of them, even though he's in the 00. But, for me, looking down this list, that's about the only name that I can maybe possibly see as a favorite. Austin Hill is obviously going to be up there from name recognition alone. We'll see how much love the books give Connor Zilisch, because they seem to love him every time he steps into a car. So, but I doubt he'll be among the favorites to win the championship right out of the gate. But out of this, I mean, we like to laugh at him quite a bit, but Sheldon Creed, that's the guy on this list that has the best shot right now.
Well, I think it's funny because, like, you actually don't have to win a race to win a championship. And we even have seen it with guys like Hemrick in the past, where, hey, just get to that championship 4, move someone out of the way. Maybe you not only get your first win, you get your championship win there as well. I will absolutely, I think, be smashing Connor Zilisch next season for a championship outright. I'll probably be hitting his win total as well, because we know when we go to the road courses, if SVG isn't in there, if Dinger isn't in there, I mean, Zilisch is going to be the heavy favorite almost every single time. Yeah, Sam Mayer has some speed there. Doesn't seem like he's really able to seal the deal, at least this season. Back in 2023, had a couple of road course wins. But really, I think Zilisch is going to be a guy to watch. And I'm excited to see what JRM kind of does to round out their stable. We imagine they're going to bring Allgaier back. We can hope. And then also potentially adding Carson Kvapil to that stable as well. So I think JRM right now, Sammy Smith keeps improving. They're probably my favorite overall team build so far. Do you like what they're doing, or maybe another team better?
Well, I think everybody that's listened to the NASCAR Gambling Podcast at all knows that I have a bleeding heart for JRM, and I didn't necessarily start out that way, but it just felt like that's where all the numbers were leading me once upon a time. And I really do respect the hell out of their stable, because Justin Allgaier, he's that scrappy old guy amongst a bunch of kids that's just, leading them out there. And now you bring in a guy like Connor Zilisch. You keep Sammy Smith. And like you said, if you bring in Kvapil to take Brandon Jones' spot, that is a dangerous team week after week after week.
We still have some seats that haven't been filled yet. We don't know what's happening with the rest of the Joe Gibbs Racing cars over there. We're hearing some rumors coming out that maybe there's some type of relationship strain between Corey Heim and that team, which is kind of a bummer. We know him and Ty Gibbs had some runnings back in their ARCA days, so I would hope that wouldn't prevent Corey Heim for taking an upgrade here. Is there anyone else? Is there any other name that we haven't touched on here and that hasn't signed full time yet? They're like, hey, I think they're ready for a big Xfinity seat, because I feel like we kind of have the heavy hitters here. If you want to throw maybe in Ty Majeski, I would maybe be excited to see what he can do, but he might just be one of those guys who hangs around the Truck Series for a long time and kind of just keeps collecting trophies down there.
Well, I mean, you think about it too. It's the way of Matt Crafton. It's the way of Ben Rhodes. I mean, these guys, they're probably not going to move up in a full-time ride if they haven't already. I think Ty Majeski's kind of along those same lines, because we keep seeing Corey Heim move up. We see Taylor Gray move up. We don't see Ty Majeski move up. And I think there's a reason for that. He's probably, I don't know if anybody's like content, but I mean, I would be content at that point, I suppose, making as much as they're making, being able to drive the trucks, and so if he's comfortable, if he's happy, if he just wants to stay a truck driver, then that's probably where he's going to stay the rest of his life. Because honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't stay there if you're comfortable and if you don't want to necessarily have aspirations to move up to Sundays or even Saturdays.
Keep an eye on Riley Herbst too. I think Riley Herbst, wherever he lands, he could kind of enter that favorite mix, honestly, because we are seeing a lot of these veteran guys. There'll be no Cole Custer down here. A couple of these other guys moving up to the Cup Series as well. So I think there might be an opening for Herbst if he can land in a good place. But I'm just excited for the Xfinity Series next year. It's going to be on CW the entire year, so more fans can hopefully find it as well. So just kind of a little teaser for y'all. Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments below this video as well. Who do you like coming into the 2025 Xfinity Series season?